Guys, welcome back to my channel. So excited for this video. I hope you're excited as well. It's been a long time. I feel like I've been neglecting this channel, okay? But I'm back. For how long, I don't know, but today's video is going up, so let's just be grateful for that. Okay, can we be grateful for that? Because I know this video almost didn't go up. Okay, so in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I move my artwork into Illustrator. I have 4 different methods that I'm going to be sharing with you, and they are just the methods that work for me and in my process right now. And yeah, we're just gonna get into this video. What else do you need to know before we get into the video? Oh, okay. Design classes. I have design classes for Affinity. I am thinking about starting one for Illustrator as well. If you want one, let me know in the comments. But I have classes for Affinity Design, for surface pattern design. So you can check out the link in the description, as well as it's going to be on the screen. I have started a GoFundMe. It's actually it's a platform for Africa called Thunder Fund. And on that, I'm raising capital for my home decor business. So if you're interested in that, or you want to support me in any way, you can also go to that link for the GoFundMe, and you're going to be seeing my face there. It's been a long time since I've been showing my face, but I guess I showed my face for this video. So you can go, it's going to be linked down below, as well as linked here somewhere, and just support me however you can. And then what else? Follow, subscribe if you haven't followed, and subscribe. I do content like this, where I show you how to create artwork. I know I'm rambling, I'm sorry. For surface pattern design, I'm a UI UX designer as well, and I do a bit of web design and graphic design. So that's a bit about me as well. If you want to support me, I'm going to leave the links as well. And then where have I been, guys? Okay, I've been busy with, as I mentioned in the previous video, which I'll leave linked up there, I have been busy working on creating collections every single month. So that has kept me really busy, and sometimes I don't have the capacity in me to be cataloging everything and then sharing on my store or my website all the progress that I'm making and updating my portfolio. It's a lot of work, and sometimes you have to compartmentalize, and that's what I've been doing for the past few months. And I had this big opportunity with a I won't say a prominent company, but it's a prominent company, over the month of March into April, and I was waiting for their final response this May. So I had just been working on the work that they had given me, etc., etc. And finally now I'm kind of taking a breather, you can say. But I have been working in the background, and as I said, this year I've been working on building community, as well as just creating every month. So that's what I've been focused on. So if you want to know, now you know where I've been, and I'm going to keep at it. Like, I'm going to try come on here and share videos. But guys, this is my life right now, and I am so blessed and privileged to be in this position. So anyway, 3 minutes is enough, or 4 minutes is enough for my ramble. Now we're gonna get into the video. The first method that I use is I take pictures of florals, leaves, whatever I find inspiring at that time. Right now it's this little petal here, and this was a long time ago. I used to use this method a lot. Now I've grown more confident in my drawing skills, so I don't really go to this method, but it is one of the methods that I use, which is I take a literal picture of whatever I want to draw, and then I scan it, or I take a photo of it, and then I translate it into Illustrator. And then from Illustrator, I use the image trace app. And in the image trace app, what you're going to notice, especially with this one, because it was a white flower, you might struggle to locate where the flower is if you used a white background. but you can adjust that using the threshold and just change the threshold into something that will make the motif more apparent. So I adjusted the motif a few times here, the threshold, and then I settled on a number that I liked, and that number really showed through the flower the way that I would like, or the best way that Illustrator could have shown this flower. And then once I'm happy with it, I'm gonna click expand, and then I do explain all of this a bit more in detail in my Affinity class and in my Illustrator class. So sign up for the Affinity class, which is available right now. The Illustrator class, I am going to probably have like a mailing list available for that one first before I create it. But anyway, once I'm happy with how it looks, I erase the black, the outside, or the white, whatever it is, and then I leave the details that I want. I'm using the eraser tool here, and then I wanted to have 5 petals, so I'm just gonna cut it in the middle where that petal didn't really show through the way I wanted it to, and then it's going to look like a perfect motif that way. I don't mind that the edges are a bit skewed, there's some fraying and there's some cut pieces, because that is also going to add a story to the floral. That's also going to make the design look like it has a story. You know, when you go out in nature and you look at what nature looks like, you usually see that petals are not perfect. They have edges that are cut because, you know, bugs eat them and they're decaying, all of that. So I allow room for that, and if there's anything that I want to perfect, I can always perfect it. Second method is in line with that, taking photos and scanning them and putting them into Illustrator. But this one, it has to do with my own drawings. As you can see, I have plenty of drawings. I have dating back probably into September 2024 at this point, but I have drawings that I do almost every single day. I think I've mentioned this a lot, that I do almost every single day. It's not every day, but I try to do it every day, and I just pick the motifs that I really like, and then I take a photo of that, or I scan that, put it into Illustrator, and use the image trace app, image trace tool. So you're going to notice that I use the image trace a lot, and those pencil drawings, I don't mind that they're there because they're going to add some depth to the drawing. It's just how you're going to finesse it when you're working in Illustrator, and sometimes you have to completely erase them and repaint inside, and that's okay. It just gives me an idea of where I'm going with the motifs that I'm working on and the ideas that I'm working on. I always have somewhere to refer to, which is something that's great. Third method that I like to use is my favorite right now, and I think it's going to be my favorite for a long time, is using the graphic tablet. And this method, I am still getting used to it. I just started it recently. And what I do is I actually draw on paper, and then I transfer those drawings that I've drawn onto the graphic tablet. This just helps me know where to place my motifs and how to place them in Illustrator. But it's very simple, and one thing you have to note is that to make the drawings appear the same way, you might have to change the brush setting on your Illustrator app. I use the paint brush, and I use it at the lowest setting, which is 0.25, but I also select like one of the smallest brushes in the Illustrator to make it easier for myself, because when you translate the motifs into the dimensions that you're going to be working on, it might look a bit different. So I'm learning how to work around that system, but this is one of the methods that I just love, because I'm basically using it as tracing paper and just tracing whatever I had onto the Illustrator screen, or if I'm using Inkscape or whatever screen or whatever program I'm using. So yeah, and then with this method you don't need to use image trace. final method is using Sketchbook, which is also one of my favorite methods, and I love this for especially when you want to add those details to your artwork and you don't want to do too much work when you're in Illustrator. With this one, you're gonna work in Sketchbook, you're gonna draw your drawing, whatever it is, and then you're gonna save it as a PSD, which is a Photoshop file. And then because Photoshop renderings, you can translate them into Illustrator. All you're going to do is just open the file in Illustrator, and then it's going to show you the screen and ask you a few prompts, and then you're gonna allow it to image trace as well. And image trace here is quite simple because it's really copying how you drew it but into Illustrator. So I love this method as well, and it really goes fine into all those details that I really want to specify when I don't want to add details when I am working in Illustrator and I just don't have time. It's a really time saving. Yeah. Alright guys, and that is it for today's video. I hope it was helpful to you and you gained some tidbits from this as to how you can render your artwork and change it around, and hopefully inspire your creative journey as well. On this channel, as I mentioned, I do a lot of art, rendering art, and I'm a graphic designer as well as a website designer. Let me know what type of content you want to see. If you want to see some of my web design projects, graphic design projects, I will be happy to do some videos around that. And then sign up for the pattern design in Affinity Design, linked in the description, as well as I'm going to show you the link here. And check out my GoFundMe as well. Share my link with other people. Your support would be much appreciated. I'm just doing as much as I can to grow as a businesswoman and as a person. And then like, subscribe, comment. All of that makes sure that the algorithm pushes my video. So as much support as you can give me will ensure that this video reaches the right people and it just grows and helps my channel grow as well. Yeah guys, I have rambled enough. Let me know what you want to see as well, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.